Face though either. That's not me. I don't like whole faces. I don't have anything against people that do it. But this is where this conversation comes from. This is where the discussion comes from. This is where the topics come from. The book and these issues is because just like anything else, everything ends up going overboard, straight overboard. And you don't have control. We don't have control over anybody going overboard, period. So, knowing the real from the fake, you really have to have a good spirit of discernment. And you have to have a level of understanding where you can see that balance and that mid ground across the board in anything. Even with guys that want to act so macho and so tough online. Like, for what?
Cyber thugs.
Yeah, cyber thugs. For what? Or show all of your money. For what? That can be very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. People are getting robbed and killed constantly. It doesn't matter how much money you have or you don't have. It doesn't matter if you're a millionaire or close to a millionaire making six figures or you're only making double digits. They're robbing everybody. They're killing everybody. Doesn't matter. Just don't put yourself out there where it's a sense of you just showing folks, yeah, you can have something, or you may not even have it. You may be stunned. It could be your rent check, whatever. People are doing the most. But if you got bread, you got bread. It is what it is. You cool. It's all good. Keep your money, make more money. But this fake stuff is getting out of hand. Because people that don't really have it want to have it because they see somebody else with it. And our young people, our fragile minds, our weak minds, our naive minds, they're not hearing enough of the real. And then sometimes when you speak up on the real, people get mad and say you hating. No, we're not hating. We're just seeing a generation of not just kids, but people losing it, losing their minds over trying to be what they see. And sometimes that stuff don't even be real that they're trying to compare themselves up against. What's success? Success are your own personal goals. Andy and I had a podcast on that before already. Go back in our archives and you'll find it. Nobody can tell you your worth. Nobody can tell you what you've done, if you've done it, and they may not know. But if they would like to know, you can show them. If they want to know, if they want to see it. You don't have to walk around trying to prove it. You don't have to do any of that. So there's a lot of that going on. Don't let anything that's going on around you make you feel less than. Even if somebody tries to put you in that category of being less than. People going to put you in whatever box they think that they want to put you in. They can say that you think that you're above, or they may say that you ain't shit. It's just all kind of things. You're going to hear all of that. We've heard it. It doesn't stop me. I've heard all this talk and all these different things people want to put on you. I've been hearing it since I was little. But because my parents, instilled in me and trained me and in my surroundings of what that really is, and when people do that, what that really is, and knowing who you are, not just knowing that you're walking this and you're being it. Maybe they're trying to compare you to them. There ain't no comparison. We all have our own path. And so you have to be very, very understanding and have a bigger mindset outside of what is being placed in front of you.
True.
So separating the real from the fake. Because it's a lot of fake people saying that they're keeping it real. That they're real.
And they're really not.
Right.
Chances are, if somebody has to encourage and keep telling you that they're real,
Right.
then they're really trying to convince themselves first. That's just that's the type of energy that's unnecessary. That they have to really speak to themselves and get their mind to see that this is real, this is fake. I need to separate the true. I need to understand the difference between being real and being fake. You've seen the social meme to say a real man does this or a real woman does this. Well, that doesn't constitute me being real. That's based on a situation.
Right.
That's based on a different perspective that somebody has at that moment. That doesn't constitute somebody being real or being fake. And I'll even take it back to previous shows and discussion topics. A real man breathes oxygen. I can leave it there. And that cannot be challenged. That just lets you know that you are alive and you are human. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to make flaws. You're going to do great things in your life. So don't let the social memes dictate whether or not something is real. You yourself have to continue to live your life and make that decision for your own self.
Right. Yeah. And real, people say keeping it real. People could be keeping it really fake. People can be keeping it really shady, or they could be keeping it, in our definition, really real, meaning 100, straight up, truth, up and down. It is what it is, whether you receive it or not. Hey, that's real. That's real. People be like, I'm a real one. I'm a real one. I consider myself a real one. But what do you consider a real one?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? What do you consider a real one?
Oh.
Somebody might say you're not a real one. Why would you say that I'm not a real one? What is your definition of a real one? And I can tell you my definition of a real one.
Which is?
Me. I mean, really. I feel like I'm a real one in my own right. I am a real one. I don't go around trying to be somebody that I'm not. I don't go around faking and shaking. I don't have to put on a facade. Yes, I do push positivity even when I may be feeling negative. Yes, I have thought a negative thought first, but it's all on if you react upon that negative thought. And have I always scaled myself back? No. Am I always going to scale myself back? No. Sometimes I might react off that negative thought and can be wrong.
She recognizes it.
Right. I'm not free from that though. Nobody is free from it. But you have to recognize who you are. And that makes me a real one. Being accountable makes me a real one. Making a mistake and recognizing it makes you a real one. So it doesn't mean that you're going to be unscathed or unflawed because you're a real one. A real one recognizes that they're not perfect.